Welcome to the R.M. Moore STEM Academy Curriculum Night, 2nd grade. Your 2nd grade teachers this year are Mrs. Chihos, Mrs. Eichenberger, Ms. Hihan Vasquez, Mrs. Goodrow, Mrs. Hefner, Miss McFalls, Mrs. Murdoch, and Mrs. Roper. We are so excited to be your 2nd grade teachers this year. In 2nd grade this year, we have the opportunity of changing classes with math and reading. So your student has one teacher for math and one teacher for reading. During our ELA block, we have 120 minutes that has instruction time with Foundations, which is our phonics, our differentiated reading groups, which is our guided reading groups, a read aloud, reading and writing mini lessons, and there's also time for independent writing. During your students' math time, they have 90 minutes of instruction. Georgia has new math standards this year, so these will be instructed through number talks, whole group math lesson, differentiated small groups, which means the teacher will be teaching where that child needs to be, iReady computer component, which is where your child's level is at, independent math rotations, and mathematical practice. During our science time together, the science standards will be covered in class and also during our STEM specials rotation. We will integrate units with reading, writing, math. Some of the fun topics we learn about in 2nd grade are patterns in the sun and moon, forces of motion, changes of matter, and plants and animals and the life cycles. Our social studies curriculum is always one of the favorites. We get to cover Georgia, the first people of Georgia and why they are important, how Georgia became a colony, Georgia's civil rights, and many of the Georgia leaders. If you are interested in what 2nd grade covers in their standards, below are some links that you can click on and read more in depth. In Cherokee County, we have a few district-wide assessments that every student in the district takes, no matter what elementary school they are at. The first one is for reading fluency. It is the Easy CBM. The second is for math proficiency, and that is through iReady. And the third is our reading level, our spelling stages, and our reading interests. That is through Scholastic. In 2nd grade, we also have some grade level assessments. We have pre and post tests that we will take during our reading and math units. Those are taken at the beginning of each unit and at the end so we can see the progress. Some of the formative assessments we give, those are throughout the units to guide our instruction on where our students need some work and where others can be pushed further. We also have our standards-based report card, which from there we take our rubrics and checklists to ensure that we are teaching all that needs to be taught in 2nd grade.
Georgia has additional alternative assessments. There is the Access for our English language learners, the WIDA Alternate Access Screener for English learners with significant cognitive disabilities, as well as the Georgia Alternative Assessment, or GAA, also with students with significant cognitive disabilities.
In second grade, we are firm believers that reading should be done every evening, at least 15 to 20 minutes. And in most classes, books will be sent home for your child to read at just their level. We also will have an iReady math page that will be sent home for math to review the skills that are being taught that week. This also gives you, as parents, opportunities to see what your child is learning. Homework will not start until after Labor Day, and with that homework, make sure that you're always having a little bit of fun. To see how your child is doing, Canvas is a wonderful place to look. You can find Canvas through the R.M. Moore website and click on that Canvas page, and you can click on then your homeroom teacher and have updates of what is being taught in class. Goal setting is important as the student gets older. This allows students to take ownership of their learning through their goal setting. So what they want to accomplish during those classes. Keeping personal goals are set by each student in their data folders, and they keep track of it. For example, their reading levels, where they are now and where they want to be by the end of the school year. Some writing samples, what needs to improve, where they want to be at the end of the year. Your student will share their goals with their families through the parent engagement nights in October and in February. Thank you again for joining us tonight. We love having your child, and we know it's going to be a great year. If you ever have a question for one of your child's teachers, make sure you email them and they will get back to you. Have a great night.